Welcome to the AI in 1 hour, and it's going to be a fun journey. I'm going to be your host. My name is Danny Ross, and we're going to explore AI. This is not going to be theoretical. We're going to use real examples. I'll teach you the foundational part of prompting. I've been doing this about 30 years now. I've actually stopped adding my certifications on this slide because it's just silly. The main thing I want you to get is technology has kind of evolved over time, and we'll talk a little touch on that just a little bit in just a second. And I've been watching it and enjoying the journey. I love technology that actually helps people. That's why I love AI. It is an amazing set of circumstances that kind of come across in the last 3 to 5 years. And we're at a really, really, really important tipping point. A Microsoft rep once said that AI is like electricity. That's how important it is in the shift in what we're doing. So this is really a fun time to be in technology space, and everybody who's here from an entrepreneurial point of view, my promise to you is I'm going to give you the frameworks, recipes, and then I'm going to give you practical and real world examples. We're actually launching in the next 2 weeks, the 23rd, 24th. We're actually going to have an AI app building certification that we're going to launch. So, I have your email addresses. I'll make sure I send you some invites to that. So that's coming up in a couple of weeks. And then we're going to have some interesting offers as far as building your enterprise using AI. It's going to be really a lot of fun. So again, keep your questions coming in the chat if you have them, and I'll go ahead and jump right into it. So for the people who have been here before, you've seen this, but the new fun stuff I'm going to do, some of you have not seen that. So I'm going to make sure we do some new agentic app building that is truly amazing. So we're going to have some fun. If you would like to, I have some magic tricks I'll show you with AI. Go ahead and share your domain name or your URL for your business in the chat. Now, it has to be something that's built, so go ahead and share. The reality is AI is not necessarily brand new. It's just a new form of it. It started off as machine learning. You had mainframes, big computers, millions of dollars, hundreds of people managing it. And they basically used the large language models of that day to manage services, to do reporting, to track crunch numbers in big scale, right? Large scale, big companies. And next, you went to supervised machine learning, which is where human beings started to play a little bit more in guiding that technology and which way we wanted it to go. And then the next step was where we are now, where we start getting into generative AI. So now this has kind of democratized those technologies. A lot of them are still run in huge systems, but we now have access to those systems through chat like Chat GPT, the OG of the bunch. And then we have other tools that I'll talk about today. All right. Can you communicate with AI? So I'm going to give you some foundational frameworks that you can use on any AI tool. And that's what's fun about it. Once you learn how to do it, it's easy to speak to any large language model. Generative AI, I mentioned the OG already, Gamma, Perplexity. They're all tools where you give it a prompt and it'll give you back information. And generally, it can give you back information in all kinds of formats. And so it's really magical. It seems like you're having a conversation, right? Specialized AI takes it one step further. You have text to image. Now you take that prompt, it creates a beautiful image for you. Midjourney, Leonardo, Ideogram. Great tools if you want to do video. HeyGen is just one of them. There's actually a ton of them that'll create videos for you. Suno will create music for you. Personalized AI, like the platform we'll jump into, BuildBiz.ai, is a no-code AI development platform. So you can build your own custom apps that are in the platform, or you can share out with, via like a chat bot. So that's it. But it also allows you to create your own and own your own AI platform. So whether you're doing it for your business or you're creating an agency, it gives you all of those tools. We have 60 plus apps in there that you can utilize in one place. And that's what's really fun about it. And then new AI agents, we're going to talk about some of these, the agentic methodologies. As a matter of fact, I've got a new one for you. I got to update this slide. There's so much new tools coming out almost every day. So we've talked about the large language models, and we've talked about the sort of the chatbot methodology. I also want to stress the advent of agents. So Agents are built on the same large language models, but what happens is now you can have it perform a task for you. So not only can you ask questions and go back and forth, input, output, but this agent will actually learn from you and perform a task on your behalf. So it's autonomous in some sense. You can tell it what you want to do and step away, and it'll continue to go, which is different whereas even the deep research version of ChatGPT, it takes a while to process, but it's not actually going to go further than what you first asked it for. So that's the difference. An agent can actually perform a task on your behalf. So we're really getting into this fun era of technology. So GPTs are reactive to prompts, text generation focused, and that's fantastic. They're still great. But the new agents are more adaptable and able to perform multiple tasks from a single prompt. And that's really the key differences, right? So we're going to play around with a little bit of AI agents, and I'm going to show you a new one that we just launched in the platform. I won't go into details of how. I'm just going to kind of show you what. And then we'll come back and we'll do some more how, right? So as I said, I don't want it to be all theoretical. I want it be something that you are actually using it to do things with, right? And that's really the fun of it. Let me grab one more thing. I want to give you a couple of prompts here. Let's see if this actually works this time. I'm gonna share this link with you guys, and it's in the platform as well. So if you are a platform user, it is right here. So I'm gonna go into the platform. This is the famous AI app builder, and this is a new agentic tool in the platform. If you have never seen the platform, don't worry. You don't have to know how to do this. I'll actually put the link in the chat for you. And if you click the link, you can start for free. Don't do it now because you're going to wander off and you'll be distracted. So in the platform, you click the link and it jumps right there. If you use that link, you can play for free for a little bit. And then eventually, like all AI tools, it'll ask you to upgrade. But you can play for a while. So this is, a lot of chat bots. You can type something in and then it'll give you back an answer. What this does is amazing. At the very least, from a sentence, okay? And some of you have played with some of these tools. I'm going to tell you also why this tool is different and better than some of the other vibe coding tools that are out there. So create a minimalist portfolio site with project showcase and contact form. One sentence, click the button. It's off to the races. And just because we can, I'll kind of explain what it's doing. So on the left, it's kind of telling you what it's doing, right? It's going step by step from that sentence and starting to build on the left. And then on the right, it's going to show you a preview of what it's going to actually, that task that it's going to perform. Okay. So I'll let that run for just a second and we'll go back to where we are in the presentation. But this is an example of agentic technology. Keep the questions coming. And I'll also do some, let's see, people are putting in at free. That is not a domain name. I will be remodeling soon. I love that. You're giving me a disclaimer on your site. Let me grab the link to the site. This is for Rashida. All right, so here's the site. It looks like an e-commerce with a little pop-up, and so it's kind of walking through. Not a lot of text content. So let me explain what I'm trying to do here. The site, the tool I'm going to play with will allow you to, oh, okay, let me see if I can find one of these here to get PhD contact. Let's see what this one is. This is just some pricing. Let's see what this one is. Just wandering around your site like I own it. I know. This is interesting. I like that. And let's see what else we have here. So let's go to the contact page. Let's see how much text we have. The kids are very important. And so we'll go one more page here. And so we can see the shop page. Okay. So Rashida, one of the things that I needed is the ability to have it create from your website a little sales video. So let's see if it can even work with what we have. Okay. And the tool I'm going to use for that is called Create AI Videos. And so we'll punch it in here, see what we get. All right. HTTPS, make sure. From there, you can go ahead and tell it a little bit more about what you want in your video, like the voice. You can pick a voice.
Welcome to our AI.
And in this case, we're going to pick a young lady. The color here doesn't really matter. You can pick any color you want. And then you can pick whether it's going to be landscape or portrait, and we'll send it off its way. And then I found out, because I was playing with multiple large language models throughout the day. ChatGPT was having a fit today, kept telling people that you have exceeded your usage. You can't use any more. It was just freaking out today. So we'll see what happens with this. This may or may not work. It doesn't usually work well with shopping sites because there's not a lot of text on it for it to work on. But we'll see what happens. Hey, that's the fun thing about AI. I'll tell any of my students, just play with it. You're not going to break it. Try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. All right, so let's see. It created John Doe, creative developer and design. It's got some of his projects here. So this is almost done. It's a start. It's a minimally viable product, MVP, right? So this is like boring. This is just downright boring. But here's the amazing thing. It built all of this from one sentence. Create a minimalistic, because I did say minimalistic, that was on me, portfolio website, right? So this is some guy, or well, John Doe, yeah, it's a guy, that is basically a developer and designer, and he wants you to view his work. So you can click down, it bounces down the page. I would immediately say, John Doe, your name is appropriate because your website is boring. So I would say, like, make this site more exciting. Add animation. And I'll give you a really, really technical term. Make it pop. And go, right? So we got a first pass. And by the way, I shouldn't minimalize it. It built a website page for us with one sentence. I didn't tell it details, which is why we got what we got. And so it just did that by itself, first pass, right? Let's do another one. Let's go here. Yeah, I've got a couple other examples. I've got a note-taking app, inventory system. Let's do an inventory system. It might be a little bit more interesting with barcode scanning and alerts. Now, here's what's interesting. Barcode scanning requires a camera. So I would only build this app if I was going to build it on a mobile device. Your computer, yes, you can hook up your camera and kind of hold it up and scan and things like that. But this is a prompt that immediately screams to me that I need a mobile device. I need a phone because I need access to the camera. So now this app, famous.ai, what's great about it is you can do both. If you see this little toggle switch here, what I just built before was a web app. You can also build a mobile app. And if you notice, nothing really changes. It is exactly the same. So if I was going to build something that would scan or was going to use the microphone or hardware specifically on my phone, I would build it from scratch as a mobile app. If I was going to build a general app that is going to be used both on a computer and on a phone, I would build a web app. And there's a couple of other advantages to the web app. First of all, it's faster to build. It just takes less time. It is also more flexible, meaning you can use it on both types of devices. Thirdly, when people use your app, they don't have to download anything. Because if you build something as a mobile app, they immediately have to download it. So that is a friction type of thing. So if you want people to interact with you, you don't want to give them a reason to go, walk away, right? Give them the web app. It's easier to test. Send the link to your friends, family, coworkers. Let them play with it. Let them beat on it. Once you have that MVP, minimal viable product, then you turn it into a mobile app, and then you submit it to Apple Store and Google Play Store. And by the way, you can do that directly from within this famous.ai. That is what makes it unique and better. Most of the other ones out there, you can build it, but they don't give you a mechanism to actually go submit it. We will give you all the way through submitting it to the App Store. So a lot of fun there. All right, so let's go back. Let's take a quick peek and see if anything is built so far. Let's see if we got anything going there. So we have the consulting mechanism. Let's see what happens there.
Welcome to Chandler Consulting and Media Firm, your gateway to impactful storytelling and strategic growth. Choose the Brief Bond plan for only $60 a month, offering bi-weekly training, insightful newsletters, and expert project critiques. Elevate your social media presence with our storytelling saga plan at $75 per month, crafting captivating 1-minute visual narratives. Receive 2 compelling stories a month each with a revision included using your brand assets to create standout content. To embark on your storytelling journey, simply fill out our specialized request form and watch your brand come to life. Join Chandler Consulting and Media Firm today and turn your vision into a powerful story.
You can either regenerate it or you can upload a new image. So you could replace each image, you could replace everything that it says right here, and the AI will read anything you type. So from an editing point of view, this is super simple tool. Love this tool. It's called AI Video. And I'll do some more magic tricks with other people's URLs in just a second. All right, I think we're off to the races. Oh, this is much better. Look at this. So I told it to make it pop, and it did. Now, this is a site I'd be at least curious to see what John Doe has done, right? Because I've got animation when I move my mouse. I got something going on. So if he's a designer, I want to see something that makes me interested in what he's done. So I can go down here now to see his featured projects. Now, these are just placeholder images, obviously. And so what I would do is I would have images that represent the different projects that John has built under each one of these, right? But now if you see that activity, you see how it moves around, you get some kind of interest in this, right? And then it says, let's work again together. And then it has a little form for a contact, pretty typical stuff, right? Here's his information to contact him. And here's the message, just testing this out, right? So from nothing to an app that I could submit a form on with a couple of sentences, message sent, thank you for your message, I'll get right back to you. Probably won't because it's not actually being stored anyway, and I'll explain why in just a second. But this is absolutely amazing. All right, so I can then take this, I can add a link to it. I can either add a domain that I already own, I can buy a domain right in the platform, and then from there, I can either clone the project if I want to make changes and keep the original, and then I turn on. By the way, until you turn this on, this project is completely private. It's yours. Nobody else will see it. Unlike some of the other sites, we don't force you to share your projects. You do it if you want to. And boom, I will put that in the chat for everybody. Don't go play with it now. Just we're, we're all working together. Stay focused. Stay on this page with me. All right. So now I have this. By the way, I didn't publish this. I should publishing is like saving. Publish. And so I want to click the publish button so that it actually saves it. All right. Don't forget to save it. That's really important. All right, so my app has been published, and that link should work for everybody to kind of play with it. Okay, so let's go back to where we were in the presentation deck. There we go. So we did this slide, we did this slide. Okay, cool. And we are here and moving through. All right, so let's get back into some training, okay, on prompting. So AI supercell, this is a concept, it's a very important concept. When you take the technology that is fun to play with, combine it with yourself, right? So you take all of your knowledge, your personality, your experiences, you combine it with the framework I'm going to give you, plus the large language model, you get your AI superself, which means that all of that is combined to make you irreplaceable, because there's a lot of talk about AI is going to replace us. What AI can replace is the way that you do something. So it's not so much that it's going to replace you, the human. Your value is yourself, okay? So don't take this personally. What AI can replace is how you do things. So in other words, if you do things manually and your competitor is doing something using AI, they're going to quote faster, get work done faster. They're just going to be more efficient, cost effective, and that's how they will put you out of business. Or if you're in a job, that's how somebody might replace the functionality that you were providing. So one of my nicknames when I was at Microsoft was Danny Digital. It's because I love using technology and I always used it to make myself faster, better. So when it came to somebody ask a question, here, boom, here's the answer, right? So you want to have the technology working for you, not against you. So that's how we want to take ourselves and make ourselves our own AI super self, okay? And one of those methodologies that you can use to step your game up is called the create method. It's really super simple. You've heard of power prompts, super prompts. It is essentially that, and it's a framework that we utilize to get the best out of AI when you want it to do something for you. Because you can speak to AI now, you can type, you can feed it images, and it'll do things. It's amazing what you can get done, but a good prompt will still get you further because it's more accurate, more efficient, and you get what the output that you're looking to get. So, first step is to set the context, which means you're going to invite an expert to the conversation. There we go. So I can say, hey, you are Amazon best-selling author. You are an attorney with the largest law firm in Georgia, and I want you to help me with this agreement. You are the best journalist, Pulitzer-winning journalist, and I want you to help me write an article. You are the top sales manager for a Fortune 100 company, and I want you to help me manage my team. Here's what my challenges are. You can also bring in historical figures or currently anybody that's on the internet, right? Basically, AI, different models, have all scraped the internet. They know everything that's publicly available for the most part. Not everything, but you get what I'm saying. So if you say, hey, I want Steve Jobs to help me with this technical problem, or I want Warren Buffett to help me understand this investment, you can have that conversation. So you can invite anybody to the conversation by setting the context. The next thing you're going to want to do is tell it the result you're looking for. So again, be specific, be clear, and you will get better results. I want you to help me write 5 emails for a Facebook meta ad that I'm putting together. I want you to help me build the top hero section for my website. I want you to help me outline a book. I want you to help me write a press release for this new event that's coming up in 3 weeks. It's going to be this, and that. Help me put together an agreement between this person and that person in this state, that kind of thing. So be very precise and clear with the result that you want. The more precise you are, the better the results you're going to get back. You tell it, hey, I want detailed information. I want a summary. I want you to compare and contrast these 3 things. I do that all of the time. If I'm trying to make a decision, I'm one of those people, right? I used to build table, like a spreadsheet. Say, okay, there's a point. Now I can just ask an AI to do that for me in 5 minutes. I absolutely love it. But again, if you're a logical decision maker, right? There's an emotional, I want this because I want it, right? Ask my wife about my car. I saved up for 9 years. I wanted this car for 9 years. I finally got it. There's no logical reason to get it, but I wanted that car, okay? So that's an example, right? You can be a logical decision maker, or you can be emotional, whatever the case may be. And by the way, if you want something emotionally, usually you'll come up with logical reasons to get it. But anyway, I digress. I've been in sales a long time. All right, so you can further go through the explanation, breaking it down, giving it a little bit more detail about the type of output that you want to get back, okay? Then the next very important thing is to tell it the audience. You heard of that old show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? When you write content for a website, for example, when I write it, I want it to be understood by the most amount of people. So you don't want to have big words in there that doesn't have anything to do with the impact of what you're offering, unless you're selling PhD books or something. But you want to keep it accessible to everybody. Or you can even go further with the AI and say, hey, I'm going to be targeting business owners. I'm going to be targeting men, women, young adults. I'm going to be targeting children. I'm writing a children's book. So I want that content to be accessible to them, right? Same thing with the tone. I want it to be salesy and persuasive. I want it to be serious. It's for my PhD. I want it to be friendly and accessible, inspirational, very common word, right? I want to make people excited about something. I want it to be funny, concise, poetic. Those are all words that tell the AI the type of thing that you're looking. Humorous, I make the jokes. That's not very funny. That AI is kind of like at the dad joke level. But you can invite Kevin Hart to be, you can invite the content to be in the tone of your favorite comedian like Kevin Hart or someone, right? So you can get very descriptive. And then once it gives you that first pass, don't take that first pass all the time. Sometimes you may want to expand upon something that it brought you, or you may say, okay, that's too much, bring it down. You may want to iterate and ideate. That AI is great. It'll work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for $20 a month. You can have 2, 10, 100 people come to your conversation and work with you on it until you get it right. Always, always read whatever an AI gives you. If you're going to put it somewhere publicly with your name behind it, read it, please. AI, it makes mistakes, it hallucinates. The reason why is it's trying to help. If it does not know the answer, it's not going to say, I don't know the answer. It's going to try to make up an answer. So you do need to actually review whatever it gives you and then take it from there. Proofread, reorganize, summarize, rewrite. These are all words that you want to utilize when you're communicating with AI. And so if I tell it, I'm going to create a prompt such as you are a world-class author, award-winning author. I want you to help me create an outline for a book summarizing all of the great ways I can make money using the BuildBiz.ai platform, targeting business owners and entrepreneurs like are on this call with me today. I wanted you to make it inspirational. So here's what that prompt would look like. You are a New York Times best-selling author, context. Write a chapter by chapter outline for a book, summarizing, right, further explanation, the 5 steps business owners, my target, can take to learn how to use AI using BuildBiz.ai so they increase sales. This is what they're going to get from it and make this inspirational, right? So that's a prompt, right, that we can give any AI and have it go to work. So back to the fun part, the demo stage. All right, so we have our fun little project there. We created one AI video. Let's create another AI video while we're in here. Let's see, ATL tours. I am almost positive I've done ATL tours already. If I'm wrong, Dwight, you tell me I am hallucinating and I will go back and make one for you. All right, so this is, nope, I have not done this one. This looks pretty good. Lots of text. I love it. So I'm going to, I could give it just the URL and it would go in and start making up a video. And based on the amount of content I see here, it would probably do a fantastic job. I'm actually, yeah, let's do it that way. I'll just keep using the magic show for now. But I'm going to also show you a technique that'll get you even better results on even that first pass, okay? All right, so I could tell, a story time. I can make an announcement. I can make it inspirational. And then same thing, I go into advanced settings here, change the voices. Again, you can use any voice that you like. And then under the music, you can actually upload any music that you would like to use. In the platform, there is actually an instrumental music app where you can just tell it your mood and the type of music you like, country, whatever, and it will make you an instrumental track. You can then upload it right there where it asks you to upload. I saw the color scheme, yep, kind of like that kind of a color there. So we'll grab something that is close, perhaps. Let's see. Where would I get a color? There we go. We go right in here, maybe a little lighter. Okay, cool. So we have that color. And again, you can go portrait or landscape. And that's enough information for it to run. And so that's on its way. So let's go to our OG, ChatGPT. I should pause here. If anybody has questions, please go ahead and put them in the chat. This might not be the right place for this. So if this is the right place, if this is not, I'm reading his chat, by the way. Everybody can see the chat in here. So I ran into Alex yesterday regarding using the app, building a tool. All right, yeah, no, we'll just keep going here. I have a video on my PhD tab. Okay, cool, Rashida, thank you. And so, yeah, I'll take your question, LT, offline. You are absolutely correct. I like when you're honest up front. This may not be the right place for this question. Yeah. All right, where were we going? ChatGPT. Let me get a prompt running here in our favorite OG tool. So for people who are wondering, the platform that I am referring to, and we'll bring that up in just a second. Let me actually go here first and get this prompt running. So first prompt we're going to play with, create a blog post. There we go. Got it. Sorry about the delay here, folks. Got too many windows open on my right here. All right, so we've got this post, exactly what we just typed in. Boom, it's on its way. I'm also going to do the same post in Claude. Boom, it's on its way. And so this platform, by the way, the BuildBiz platform is the one that I am using as a comparison to separate tools. You have all of the tools in one place. And I'm using this particular, what we call an AI personality. And it's like ChatGPT, and it's essentially going to run pretty much the same way. So the AI gods are smiling on us because we are having a lot of fun with this. We are moving quickly through these prompts. I love it when things work. I probably jinxed it. Shh, Danny. All right, so the AI shift, 5 steps to mastering AI and skyrocketing your business with BuildBiz.ai. So this is ChatGPT's first step at an outline. You got 7 chapters and a conclusion. And then here is Claude, which, by the way, a lot of people feel is a better writer than ChatGPT. The AI Advantage, 5 revolutionary steps to transform your business and skyrocket revenue. Like it, like it. And so that one is, you can see this. I like the books that I wrote that you get free in the platform. I did write with Claude. All right, let's see what we got here. This is in the platform. AI Unleashed, 5 steps to business owners, for business owners to master AI with BuildBiz.ai and skyrocket sales. So again, it's pretty good, short to the point, 5 chapters. And so let's drop in the second prompt. And so what we're going to do next for these 3 AIs that are all battling for supremacy. You are a world-class author. I want you to write a comprehensive first chapter, including examples, and focus on how AI can help a new business owner with the daunting task of taking their big dream or idea out of their head and into the real world, right? With practical examples. Write it in the tone of Gillian Perkins. Now, who's Gillian Perkins? Doesn't matter. I happen to like her style. She's a YouTuber, and it's a fun style when it comes to things like AI. So you can invite anybody, any famous person, at least famous enough to register on in an AI, right? And so I'm having it run on 2. Now I'm going to run it on the third AI tool. And they're all writing that first chapter, right? So we can kind of see how it's doing. So BuildBiz is a platform that I put together. It's based on the Deal.ai infrastructure, and it is one of my favorite things that I've built over, my lifetime here. Essentially, it is a no-code dev, AI dev platform where you can build not only your own custom apps, but you can offer it up to customers. So you can build it for yourself. You get a free trial, so there's no risk here. You get 11 books immediately, including AI Powered Dreams, which is the core book, and then 10 workbooks. And so you get a host of different AI tools that do different tasks, and they're all on one place. And again, free trial. We have agents, super agents in there. We have all kinds of stuff. And I'll show you some more about all the things that are in here. So let me put this prompt in the chat, and boom, it's on its way. How do we follow along? Oh, no, no, don't follow along. Sit back, relax, just put your hands up. You'll get a recording of this, so you don't have to learn, you don't have to stress yourself. This is more me showing you, and then we'll do some things together. And then when we're done, you'll have the recording and you can go back and kind of take your time and walk through it. Okay, so don't worry, you're good. All righty.
Discover a journey through resilience and identity in Life After Death by Shirley Smith. As a John Maxwell leadership coach and minister, Shirley shares her personal battles with loss and recovery. From family tragedies to professional hurdles, her story offers a guiding light for those in darkness. Embrace the insightful blend of spirituality and practical advice that empowers healing. Connect with her powerful narrative crafted with compassion and empathy. Find hope and light even after life's toughest storms and begin your own path to resilience.
Now, first thing I'll say is some of the images are actually pretty decent. I like that find light, right? But you can go through it. Now, for example, on the website, there's a sort of a branding look and feel to things. So you have all of these, and then a lot of these are in monochrome, black and white. So she's done this for a specific reason, right? And this is the look and feel of branding that this person wanted to kind of bring to this. And so here's where you set the tone, you set the brand, and then all of the images in your video should also reflect that, right? So you could use these images that you've already spent time picking out and easily add them to the video. We can grab this image, for example, and drop it into the video and just replace that image in the video. So here, right here, we can go back and edit. And that music also probably not appropriate, right? So Discover a Journey of Life After Death by Shirley Smith, right? We can kind of play around with the images. And you could say, okay, let's upload that one that I just dropped into my desktop and go here and replace it. There it is. And so I could replace that image and you can say, okay, yep, that's better. That's what I want. So in other words, if you want your video to have the same monochrome look and feel, you can go in and actually change those images to reflect that. You have complete control of the words that are said by the AI. You have complete control of all the images that are shown. You are the one in charge. And then you just click regenerate. It's probably the easiest video editor I've ever seen that comes with subtitles. It's amazing, simple tool that gets the job done. Love the summary, love the music. Good, see, it's a hit. I think the site got lost. Your corporate think my site got lost. Okay. Well, we'll come back, I promise. We'll try to get all of them in as much as possible. All right, copy. And we'll drop one in here. So I'm not going to do too many. I can't do everybody's, but I want to be fair. I don't want you to feel that your site got lost, right? So we'll drop this in here, HTTPS colon blah blah blah, and your corporate IQ, your corporate IQ.com. Perfect. Same thing with the advanced settings. Again, I'm pretty boring. Sometimes I pick the same voice and the same music, but again, you are in charge. You pick what you want to use for your music. This, like I said, hip hop is not very good hip hop, but in the site I mentioned already, you can create your own instrumental, or you can upload anything that's not copywritten. Can you upload a copywritten song? You can, but eventually somebody will make you take it down. So don't do that. This is my advice. What is the look and feel of that site? The look and feel is kind of like a purplish blue. All right, so we'll get that purplish blue and go from there. I want to get back into some of the more fun things too. I don't want to stay on one tool. I want to show you lots of tools, okay? So we're gonna do one last one and then we're gonna keep going on with the rest of the fun stuff. Okay. And that's enough. That's enough. Let's create that video. Boom, it's on its way. Hopefully everything will work. All right. So we started the challenge with the AI tools battling each other. Chapter 1, From Idea to Impact, bringing your big dream to life with AI. Have you ever felt that your business idea was too big or too vague to act upon? And boom, and then it goes from there. It's a great first question, right? Let's see, why AI isn't the future, it's your present reality. Chapter 1, Awakening Your Vision. Have you ever felt that spark, that the electrifying moment when you realize your business ideas could be the next big thing? Why are you writing this book, right? This is good, but if you want it to be great, you got to put more of yourself into the book. That's what makes the book great, okay? All right, so we've got it going. Now we need a book cover, obviously, right? We need a book cover. So let me go back here. Let me find another prompt that'll give me a book cover. Book cover, where are you? 60-minute. Pardon me, just got to find my prompt. There we go. And by the way, one of the great things about AI is you can speak to it in just about any of these tools. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit, right? So I'm just copy pasting. But again, you guys are in here for speed. You want to learn, you want to understand. So I'm going to tell it, you're a Madison Avenue advertising expert specializing in creating book covers. So nonfiction, Amazon books. Create a text prompt for a book cover for the book we just created. Make it persuasive and inspirational. You can give it all kinds of additional information, but that's enough for it to go ahead and make a prompt. So I'm going to kick it off there, kick it off in the BuildBiz platform. So We are going to play around some more AI tools in just a second. Again, keep the questions coming. How exciting to have Danny review it. He's amazing at it. Thank you, Lillian. I appreciate it. So here is the prompt. So it is a bold and modern nonfiction book. Da, 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 da. So I will take this prompt. And by the way, ChatGPT, of course, has an image generator. So I could tell it, make the image. And the reason I had it make a prompt first is because then I can take that and throw it into other tools that are prompt generation tools. So for example, this one is called ideogram, Ideogram, right? I can drop it in there and tell it to generate. And then I can go to BuildBiz, and we have a ton of them. Actually, 4 or 5, actually. My favorite is hyperrealistic for this type of a task. And I can go in here and tell it, hey, I want that same prompt. And then I can tell it, how do I want it to look, right? I can have landscape 16 by 9, that's horizontal. I can have a square, which is 1 by 1. I can have a 2 by 3 or like 9 by 16 is great for like TikTok. And so you can create images of any shape and size. And I just drop that prompt in there and tell it to go. Okay, so now I've got multiple tools creating that same image. Matter of fact, let's see, do I have Leonardo up here? Oh, there it is. I used to pay for this tool, and I think I still do. I have to cancel this subscription because I never use it anymore. But it was one of my favorite tools because it was much better than Midjourney, in my opinion. Easier to use anyway. But I don't use it anymore, so I really do need to cancel this one because I use the platform for, I love hyper-realistic. So anyway, created a book cover. You can see the AI shift, and it's got a couple of different images, and they're all great, right? They are getting better. See here, the text is a little wonky. You can fix that. Canva has a tool called Magic Grab, and you can Magic Grab text, and it's a fantastic tool for fixing these kind of errors that AI might make in your when you ask it to make something. By the way, is probably one of the best tools for combining images and text with fewest mistakes. So if you do a lot of ad copy with an image and text, Ideogram is a great tool to play with for that purpose. It does a great job on creating the images and a great job on creating the text. So Ideogram is a possibility for you. Let's see what Chat did. Chat has gotten a lot better. It used to be horrible at this. 5 steps to mastering. Yep, I don't see any spelling errors. It did put a brain. I hate the brain thing. Anytime you ask AI to make a picture about AI, it puts a brain. I don't like brains. So for example, I was playing around with, I'm creating content where I need a AI generated spokesperson. And there's a tool in the platform for using these images that you create and creating what's called an avatar, right? So if you go into the platform and you type in spokesperson, for example, this is AI spokesperson. And so if I go here and view this project, I could tell.
You call yourself a CEO, but you don't even know your AIQ score. Me? I already know mine. I run things at Recess and in the metaverse. Take the quiz. Beat my score if you can.
So you can create these images, take the images. I generated that image, so it's not a real kid. And then I added a voice, I added a script. So you could actually write the script and it'll read the script and perform the avatar that you're trying to use. And you can have all kinds of styles.
Welcome to the Hope.
She just gave me a picture, and we were literally on one of these calls, and we just.
Welcome to the Hope Law, the sanctuary for healing and personal growth. Our mission is to transform lives through comprehensive.
So you can generate your own image, or you can use one of the ones that are in here. UGC just stands for user generated content. So it's more testimonial style, TikTok, Reels style, right? And you can just click on it.
Welcome to Delinda Davis Design. Dreaming of a space that truly reflects your taste and lifestyle? Whether it's a small refresh or a complete home overhaul, start with us. As your designer, my role is tailored to you. Need a simple layout?
So
We've got it.
obviously, that particular image doesn't quite match the text, but it doesn't matter. My point is, you can use any image, use any text, you can add music, all kinds of fun stuff, right? So that's user-generated content, and yes, that is all inclusive in the app is already in the platform. So you don't have to have 10 different apps open, which is kind of the main point I'm trying to make. Now, does this app cost more than the 1995? Yes, because it is generating additional imagery and such. So, and the way that I democratize the pricing, I charge everybody $20 a month. Then if you use some of the more advanced tools, you only get charged for those if you actually utilize those particular tools. So for instance, this AI app generator uses 50 credits, and it tells you that before you do anything. As a matter of fact, if you try to use it without putting in some credits, it will not work. How does credits work? You basically get 1,000 for $6.99. So for $7, you can generate, how many is 1,000 divided by 50? My point being, you can create a lot of videos for $7. And this way I don't have to raise the price to everybody on the platform, $7, to cover the generation of these videos. Only the person who's using it. So to me, it's a better way to kind of deal with that instead of getting you a free thing and then it runs out in the middle of your project. So that's what happens with the free AI stuff. There's always a free thing, and I give you 7 days to play with all of this stuff too. So I like to give people a freebie so they can check it out.
Welcome to your Corporate IQ podcast, the ultimate resource empowering people of color on their corporate journey. Gain valuable insights, actionable strategies, and inspiring stories to successfully navigate corporate America. Our mission is simple: to help you overcome challenges and unlock your potential with our career development products and services. We emphasize strategic planning and wealth creation, guiding you through the intricacies of corporate life. By joining the Your Corporate IQ network, you access workshops, tutorials, and a supportive community of industry experts for growth. Subscribe now to transform your corporate journey and elevate your career to new heights.
By the way, on the platform, you get free website hosting. So if you build there's a whole website building tool, AI, called AEO Website Creator. And you can build sales funnels, websites, all that. And so if you build your website on it, the hosting is included. You get 5 terabytes of storage, which is a lot of storage. And then you get this area here, this file storage, which is where all of your videos, you have all that storage. You can build your website. So for example, this website was built on this platform. So that's inclusive. You can build all different styles of websites. So for example, I built this one for, what is I built so many websites. There we go. So I built this one on the platform for my wife. She does Sister Locks. So this is my beautiful wife right there. And so we built all of this on the platform, and you could build almost any style. So AIW workstation. Here's another one we built on the platform. So you can have any style. So they're also selling the platform, but they have a completely different style for their white label, because you can white label the platform. So anyway, all right. So we've got the book cover. I'm going to keep plowing through this. It's almost 8 o'clock. So many things to play with and toy with here today. All right, so we have, let's see, how do you get it to sync the voice and the image if it's not smooth? Nice, nice, nice. She's local to Atlanta. I do Sister Locks. Hey, Daytonia. All right, so if it doesn't sync, a lot of times that AI might have been busy at the moment where you're trying to make it and it just got distracted and it didn't do a good job of syncing. So I would wait a little while and then try it again. The other thing you can do if it doesn't sync well is step away from it and maybe don't use a realistic character. So for example, I have a little AIQ quiz running around, and I had the little black girl do the challenge, and then I also have this one. So let me show you. If you use a cartoon character, the advantage is people don't care about whether the lips and everything sync perfectly, because it's not a real person. It's a cartoon, so obviously it's not real. So you get out of that uncanny valley, and it allows you to focus in on just whatever the content is.
What's yours? Hit the button. Take the AIQ quiz and prove that age really does bring wisdom. My AIQ is 9.0. What's yours? Hit the button. Take the AIQ quiz and prove that age really does bring wisdom. You run companies. I run circles around you in AI.
You get the idea, right? Because it's a cartoon character, it's just better. You don't spend time seeing if the lips actually match up 100%. And if it doesn't, it doesn't matter, right? So that's a pro tip. Sometimes using a cartoon character is better for the type of UGC content. Okay, now if you have a serious corporate business, of course, you would want to use a person. And the best UGC content is you sitting in front of a camera, reading or just speaking into it. And that is the best kind of UGC. All right. But if you don't want your face on there, I understand not everybody is comfortable in front of the camera. So what do? We've got the book going. We've got some images for the cover. Let's see. I'm just trying to see if we're got time. Okay, we're doing okay. We're a little over. If you guys want to hang, I'll keep going. All right, let's do some more fun things and keep going here. I do want to finish up with this part of the presentation, though, just to kind of help everybody understand where you are. So obviously, I love all the AI tools. I have one of everything, but BuildBiz is a real good value for everyone. If you do want to sign up, just go to BuildBiz.ai. You can also scan the QR code. Again, free to sign up, 7-day free trial. Cancel anytime. There's no contract. The tools that are in there, there's 60 plus tools. You can essentially build about just about everything. I have lots of different flavors. It's $20 a month. And we also do done for you services. Let me drop my calendar link in here. I'm going to keep going. Don't worry. I'm not abandoning you, but some people have a strict 1 hour time frame. So for those people, I want to give them my calendar link if you want to reach out to me. I am available for conversations if you want to get some more help. And so that's my Calendly link. And then here's my email address. Calendar, when are you available? Calendar is great. All right. So done for you services. We'll build custom AI websites. So for the young lady who said that she was looking at maybe redoing her website, we have 3 VAs that can also help. I'll help start the project and then we'll work from there. We do chatbots if you want to take our custom AI chatbots and put them on your website. We help you with marketing and campaigns. You get 11 books immediately upon joining. It's $20 a month. It's a no-brainer, actually. And we do group training. I've done quite a few training for churches. Like if you have a church that has a ministry and they want to talk about AI and technology, I'm happy to do that. I'm speaking on Black AI Think Tank on Black. I'm typing it into the chat. Hold on, Black Literacy Week. I invite everybody to come join it. Black AI Literacy Week. There you go, Danny. I'm speaking on Friday, but it's going on all week. You go register, and it started on Monday. All the sessions will be recorded if you miss any, but it's a great group, and I really enjoy the group. And it's pretty much the group itself is a nonprofit, but it is about everybody learning how to use AI, and I'm big on that. All right. So we have the book started. Let me give you a quick look. If you land in the platform, start here button. I'll try to make it easy for you. This is a real simple way to start. It'll have an overview of the platform. I need to update that video. It has the replay of the AI in 1 hour. It has other videos on the create method. It has the sample videos on the different tools, a few of them, and then there's a lot more video training in here. Here is the link. For some of you, you were on the 12 p.m. Tuesday call. We do that every week. Go ahead and register and sign up for it. Add it to your calendar so you get a reminder. And then we do one on Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, and this is for our white label members. And down underneath it, lots of videos on different topics. So I'm doing training at least twice a week, 3 times a week sometimes. And so you can watch the old videos. I'm only about a month behind. Delinda reached out to me and she goes, Danny, I've been waiting on this particular video. You got to put it up. And so I went ahead and put that one up for her. So we have lots of videos in here that you can grab. If you want to make money on the platform, I love helping people make money. There's an affiliate link that you can share as soon as you join the platform. You can click on it. Your name will be here instead of mine, and it'll have the pricing, and share it with your coworkers, friends, and family. They can see all of the apps, and this is also a good way for you to see all the apps that are on the platform if you want to see what they do, right? So that's the affiliate link. That's one way to make money. The other way to make money is to become a white label. All right. And so if you click on that button, it'll tell you to unlock it is $27 a month. So that would bring you a total of $46.95 a month. But then you can take it and totally make it yours. You can change the brand and the colors, create your own custom AI apps that you sell or make or sell memberships for. By the way, I set it at the lowest price point, $19.95. You can set yours at $49.95, right? And still be competitive. The deal platform enterprise version is $69.95, right? So what I'm getting at is it's a great platform. You can resell it, make your own agency, own your own AI platform. That's what that is about. Okay. And then, like I said, set your own look and feel, like AI workstation. They're in the gold and yellows and things like that. So whatever you want it to look like, it's all yours. The next icon that I want to share with you, let's go back. I showed you those. So we have tons and tons of different tools. We have tools to create images, tools to create videos, tools to make movies. We have tools to make websites. And again, when you go into the website builder, you can have as many of them as you need. You can buy your domains in the platform. You can buy a business email, business phone number. So I try to give you all the tools you need to make your business work in this digital age. And so you can build your website out. We give you templates. You just go down to the bottom here and say create a funnel manually, and that will get you to build that funnel. Or in the case famous.ai, right? So this is the other link that I just shared with you guys. Matter of fact, let me put that in again. That was up at the top here. Let me grab it. Some of you might have joined a little late, so I'll just grab it. Here we go. Copy that. And again, use my link, please. Love it. And I share the joy. You can get started for free. That will get you into famous.ai where you can build your own apps, anything that you want to build. So, for example, we got a podcast player. Oh, this might also be one you want to put on your mobile, but hey, let's try it as a web app. I'm just picking random ones here. So it's going to start building that. So you can take any idea that you have in your head, any vision, and then once you start building that app, like I said, you can publish it, you can manage it, share it. Here's the link to get the code. So let's say that you get it 90% of the way there, but you can't figure out how to get something done. You can just download this code, give it to an app developer on GitHub or wherever, and they can take it the rest of the way. Like if you want to make it more powerful with Azure backend or AWS backend, you can do it yourself. The other thing that we do as part of this is we help you take it all the way to the App Store. Now, you're going to have to sign up for your own Apple account and your own Google account, and both of them are a pain in the butt. But we give you the instructions of what you need to do to get your app actually uploaded, and we help you through that process. We give you everything you need to get your app wrapped. We give you everything you need to get it up on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. So when you're done building your apps, you are launching it into the stratosphere. You would have to turn it into a mobile app, of course, to get it up there. All right. So you can build a web app without submitting it to an app store, but if you want to get your mobile app done, this tool gives you everything you need, and we give you all the help you need to get it up and get it going. The only thing you got to do is get your own account. I think Apple is 99 bucks a year, and I don't remember. I think Google is cheaper. By the way, when you do Google, every time you submit, the first submission you submit on either store, they're going to reject it generally. Apple rejects it because they always try to find something wrong with it. Google rejects it, and they tell you this up front because that's part of their security process, that they will reject you and then you go back around. So it's just normal. Don't panic. Just go back and resubmit it again. All right. Other than it being tedious, it really isn't that hard to do. Oh, there is a lot of other fun stuff. We have a community, a Discord community. It's very active, and you can go in there and, see templates and see other people are doing things. There's live training run by the Deal.ai team. By the way, I'm a 1000X trainer, and I'm part of the Deal.ai team working for 1000X, who was owned by Deal.ai. So I'm pretty plugged in. So feel free to reach out to me on that sense. Help Center, and then there's Done for You. There's a lot of different things. As I said, we're going to have AI app certification coming up on the 23rd, 24th. I'll make sure I get that information out to you guys. What else? I have so many links to share. Questions in the chat. Let me go back and make sure if I'm missing anyway. Page could not be found. Sorry, Rashida. I'm trying to see which one you're speaking. Which, oh, the Black AI Literacy Week. Did I get the link wrong for that? Allow you to speak. Go ahead and I'll click the link. Did I get the link wrong? I thought I had it.
Right. It came up as an error. I did Google it and I was able to pull up their actual
Yeah,
page,
that
but
was
not
me.
the event yet.
That Black AI. Wow, Danny, I've been typing it all day. I would have it down by now. And I can see why. You're absolutely right. All right, I'll fix that. I'll need the www. It's so funny. I haven't used Google in so long. I don't know how to do it. Let's see. There we go. Wow. Thank you for pointing that out. Yep, great organization. So what did I do? Oh, there's no week in it. It's just Black AI literacy. Sorry, everyone. I wasted your time a little bit there. All right, somebody has their hand up. Let's see. Yvette, allow to speak. There you go. You can speak up, Yvette. Tell me what's on your mind. How can I help?
When you generate an image through AI, like what's the legality around that? Does it automatically belong to you?
So, first of all, nobody can answer that question for you. They don't even have laws that even come close to covering it. Build your business, build your websites. If somebody objects to an image, they will let you know, okay? There is lots of people in rooms trying to figure this whole thing out, okay? So there is nothing that I could say to you. First of all, I don't give legal advice, but second of all, there's literally nobody who can answer that question for you right now. In 5 years, maybe they have figured it out. Who actually owns this? Now, if you do a Bitcoin version and the whole encrypted version of an image, then you own it and you can protect it. But other than that, it's almost impossible. Now, I'll tell you something that's pretty simple, right? If you're creating something for your business and you're generating an AI image, it's yours. It's literally yours. Until somebody could say, hey, that image is mine. And this is America, which means that I can sue you about the type of breakfast you had this morning. I disagree with your breakfast choice. So this is America. Somebody can sue you for anything. So if you're in business,
Right.
get insurance, get a lawyer, you do everything you can to protect yourself. But don't let that stop you from going out and making money and doing your work, your business, okay? It's just not worth being concerned about. Just go do you. Now, what you can do, a lot of times you can ask AI, hey, look, I want to create something similar to this image. I don't want you to copy it, but I do want you to create something similar. Give me the prompt that I would use to create an image like that. And so it's kind of like if I use AI and I'm creating hyper realistic images and it creates for me this wonderful image of this cute little girl. And then tomorrow her mom calls me up and says, why are you using a picture of my daughter on your website? Right? Because obviously she's going to look like somebody, right? There's got to be
Right.
a little girl out there, that cute little smile somewhere in our culture, there's going to be that girl, right? So all I'm saying is it's impossible in that sense. So all I can say to the mom is, look, here's the actual prompt that I used, a cute little 6-year-old girl. Hey, I'll give it to you guys because it's her, so that's a good image. And all I can say to that mom is, I did not. I generated this image, the AI put it all together, and I could generate that same prompt again. So I can copy that prompt and I can go up here to the top and I can tell it to generate with the exact same prompt. And she's going to look similar, I would think. Oops. And tell it to generate a square and go. So I'm going to get another image of a little girl and it's going to be similar, but a little different. Similar, but a little different. You get where I'm going?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, no worries. All right. Any other questions? Anybody else will need to raise their hand? See, pretty much the same little girl. So AI is probably looking around the internet, found a little black girl, and gave me an image that, you know, she's out there somewhere. Somebody's mother and father are going to be looking for me to say, why are you using my little girl for your advertisement? I can guarantee it. So there's a whole world of hurt coming, but nobody has an answer right now. Will you get upcoming training information for those of us in the session? Absolutely. So number one, you're going to get the recording, and I will keep you guys abreast of the training as it comes available. It's already actually out there launched, but I'm trying to get some special pricing for it to make it a little cheaper for my customers. So I will definitely update you. It's going to be on the 23rd and 24th, all about AI app building. Questions? Any other questions? If I get it by tomorrow, I'll include it in the email that comes out with your video replay link. Any more questions? We're doing really well. So again, sign up at BuildBiz.com, play around and test it. Use the link that I gave you for Famous. Go ahead. It's free to start playing around and testing that as well. You cannot go wrong. There's just, that is such a fun tool. It's probably the best AI tool out there right now, this whole concept of vibe coding. There's other ones out there that do the same or similar type of building, but they don't take you all the way to the finish line. And to me, this tool is easier to use, more accurate in what I ask it to build. And then I know my tool, when I tell it to make it pop, it does a really good job.
I just had a quick question. I did join earlier, kind of late, so I'm just trying to figure this all out.
Okay.
Is it possible to create a simple web page using just the famous.ai link that you shared?
Oh yeah,
Or
just tell it what you want. So what type of a web page are you trying to create? Hold on. I want to create
I'm
a
a Sister Locks consultant, just like your wife.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to
So,
create
yeah, I'm
a
just starting
landing
out. So.
page for my Sister Locks. Now, does AI know what Sister Locks is? Sister Locks business. What do you want on the page? What features do you want the page to have?
Just, I would say pricing. I
Okay.
want to attract new clients. Yeah, just mainly pricing and the ability to attract new clients looking for a consultant in the area.
All right. Okay. Let's see what we can get out of it by itself. Trust me, this is probably not going to go well. AI, generally speaking, has certain biases. When you get to things that are specific to a particular culture, ethnicity, you have to be very precise. This is why I said my customers are Black women. Generally speaking, when you ask AI to give you an image, if you don't give it specifics, it's going to be an image of a white guy with a beard. Why? Because
Mm.
most of the coders were white guys with a beard. If you want something more melanated or even just more ethnic or diverse, you have to tell it what you want, whether it's Asian, Latino. You just have to be very precise with it. You don't have to be politically correct. Tell it what you want. I want Black women.
Okay.
So just tell it what you're looking for. You can give it age ranges. You saw when I wanted that 6-year-old girl, I told it I wanted a 6-year-old Black girl. Again,
Okay.
because that's what I needed for my imagery. Now, you could also, by the way, point it to a website that is already done. So, like for instance, LuxLocks, Millie's website, I could tell it, hey, make it look like that. The only reason I didn't is because I want to see what it comes up with. But yes,
Okay.
you can give it an example. You can take a photo or a screenshot of it and drag and drop and say, hey, make it look a little bit like this. Or you could give it the link and say, hey, make it look a little bit like this. So I'm just giving it nothing to see what it comes up with,
Okay.
other than the word sister locks, which it can look up and see what sister locks are. And let's see what I'm curious myself. But if you do want to build it yourself, which is what I would kind of recommend because then you have more control over it, just sign up for the platform and send me an email, and I'll send you this template. So actually, it's probably already in there. I'm pretty sure I made this template available for everybody to play with. So you can grab this template, just obviously change the name. And I have videos how to use AI, AEO website creator. So there's like 10 videos in here on how to use it to build what you want, but you can grab a template and then generate it. So for example, I generated this image first, right, in hyperrealistic. Then I told it, give me 3 sisters or something like that for her. And so this is the same model, right? Same girl. And then I told it give her sisters because I wanted more people on the top there. Obviously, this is my wife, so that's not computer generated. Can you tell the difference between computer generated and not computer generated?
Right, yeah.
And so, you tell it the colors you want to use. And so you have complete control over what you build in there. So let's go back in and see. Oh, that's not bad. We didn't give it any names. It didn't really actually give us any images. So what you would do is you could put a video in there. You could put images in there. So for example, I could say, add this image above Y. I'm just going to tell it where I want it to drop the image. But again, you can design your website any way you want.
Okay, yeah.
Why choose, can't spell, sister locks. I'm actually impressed. By the way, it didn't add a trademark, so you would tell it that too. Sister locks, right? Because you got to be careful with that name.
Yeah.
Why choose sister locks? And by the way, you could do the exact same thing and tell it to add a video instead of an image, right? So if you have a video of somebody working, somebody getting work done in your shop, you can add videos, you can add images. Add this image above why choose sister locks, and then I'll go grab an image here. So that little image button there, you can just go in and grab one and see. The sisters. Where is my sisters? Well, there we go. Grab that. And add this image above. Why choose sister locks? Perfect. Boom, on its way. And so it's going to take a second, of course, to integrate that. But that's it. You just speak to it, tell it what you want it to do, and it'll do it. Now, there is a step when you want it to save information. So let's say you have either like a calendar, you can, if you have like Calendly, you can have, hey, embed calendar link right here so people can see your calendar. Or if you want to capture information, you could say, hey, give me a form so I can capture information. Now, when you tell it that you want to capture information, that is the point where it's going to say, I need to link your app or your website to a database. So think of a database as a file cabinet where you store information, right? So the second that you need to keep information, it needs to link it to a database. The one that we use is called Superbase. And it is free to start again. I try to give you as many free tools to start. And when you go to Superbase, let's just go to the beginning here. I'll get rid of this. Boom, boom. Once you log into Superbase, you're going to go here to your profile and go to account preferences. And on this plate, when it tells you to link it to Superbase, it is also going to tell you that, hey, you need an access token. And all you need to do is come copy the access token or generate a new one if this is your first time linking them together. Once you link them, you don't have to do this again. So this is the most technical part of it. All you have to do is get this token. You generate the token, you copy it, and you put it into, there's a white window that actually says, paste your token here, and then it'll go create all the tables and records and everything you need to save information for your app or your website. Okay. So
Okay.
that's all you need to do. Look at that. Boom.
Nice.
And
Okay.
so just that easy. And then you go back and fix things like this button doesn't show. What I recommend you do is just highlight it and get a little screenshot of it. And then you drag that over to the app and then you say, that's the text here, view gallery. I cannot see the text for and you tell it which button, right? View gallery button. Fix it. So the way you should think about it is you hired 10 developers to help you build your website or mobile app, and you just give them instructions in English, and then they go take care of all the coding stuff. You saw when I went into the coding window, all the stuff that's behind the scenes. You don't have to know any of it. All you do is you're the person paying the bill, and you tell them what you want. They go do the work. They do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's so much easier because to get a website built, I charge anywhere from what $900 to $10,000, depends on what the person wants done, right? An app can cost you 30, 40 grand. You could get it to what we call a minimally viable product, right? Which means that it's good enough that either you start playing it and testing, you can give it to friends and family, say, hey, here's the link, going to publish here, hit publish. Again, you can add a domain to it, any domain you want. And I'm gonna go down here and click the little sharing button, grab this link, and boom, I have it. I will share it. And so the people can come play with it, test it, and then if there's something that you want done that you can't do by yourself, that's where, you reach out and we can get it done for you. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. That's a lot of information.
And easy, right?
Yeah.
It really is. It's amazing. I love this app. Okay, so now we have it. And then if you want to change the color scheme, you would go say, all right, in the hero section, that's what this top part is called. Change the gradient to purple to whatever color, green, I don't know. And it would basically replace this purple to orange gradient with the two colors that you just asked it to replace it. Like I just asked it to fix the view gallery button. Now we can see it. Does it go anywhere? And when I click the book consultation, no, right? So you could say, add a calendar function to the, again, parentheses, just the parentheses. Yeah, I guess they are parentheses. Book consultation. Quotes. They're not parentheses, they're quotes. You can put parentheses too. Book consultation button, right? So
Okay.
now it would add a calendar function to it. Now, I personally would tell it a calendar function app that you want to use, because you can use the one that's built in that it will build for you. But if you want pure, real connectivity and functionality, something like Calendly or Google Calendar or Outlook would be better, because then it integrates with all the other functionality. So it can build your calendar, but it's not really a calendar. So you want to use a real one. So then you would just, from any of those three that I just mentioned, you could get the link for your Calendly, you can get the link for your Google Calendar, you can get the link for your Outlook Calendar, and you would say, here is my Calendly link, and boom, it would connect the two of them together. Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of putting in a fake one, use a real one. And
Okay.
just like up here, the phone number is not real, just like that. You would fix all these things. And like, for instance, you have a home page, you got an about page. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be so surprised, but yeah, okay, so I see what it's doing. It's not actually going to another page, it's just bouncing you down the page. Normally, if you have a second page, you actually have to build it. You have to tell it, hey, take the about button or menu link and make a complete about page for me. So all it did was, when I clicked on it, it bounced me down. It does have pricing, because magic happens every now and again. So you would go in and tell it what the pricing needs to be and what the words need to be, because obviously that's not right. Because $350, that's a bargain. You can tell it all of those things that you want to fix one by one, and then eventually you're going to run out of free tokens, and it's going to say you need to pony up some dollars. But again, if this will build your website for $45 or whatever it is a month, I can't remember, that's cheap. I can't put it any other way. That's cheap. And
Agreed.
I'm in the website building business. AI is not going to put me out of business. I can build more websites faster for less money. But if you want my expertise on what should be on your website and the content that will convert and how to get conversion and how to get leads, you're going to pay me. So it's not that AI is going to put me out of business, but I can, number one, build sites cheaper, or I can keep charging what I charge for my expertise. I can say, hey, go build it. And then when you get done and when you get stuck and it doesn't convert and you don't get any leads and nobody can find you, what do I need to do, Danny? Hey, you need to hire me. So that's what I meant by AI will replace the tools that we use. People will still pay you for your expertise. Any other questions before we call it a day? Please sign up for BuildBiz. Use the link for Famous. Have fun. Go build things. Go make money. And we'll keep working together in the future. Have a fantastic day, everyone, and have a great evening. All right, bye-bye.